Please, can you see my screen? Can you see my
Yeah,
screen? If you can talk, let
yeah.
me hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the floor will be open for questions and answers. So you don't worry. Let's finish fast. So and within your trading plan, you have to have the pair that you are going to trade. I'm not going to tell you trade only one pair, but you have to understand why you are trading that pair within that session. Okay. So you see some people trading NZD during the New York session. It's a bad idea. You see, trading NZD during the New York session is going to range, and the reason is what? All those sessions, all those market sessions, JPY is closed during the New York session. NZD is closed during the what? New York session. And you are trading both pair during the New York session. What are you expecting? And you are not seeing consistency. You are not seeing profitability trading NZD during the New York session, and you are complaining Forex is a scam, trading is a scam. The thing doesn't work. Yesterday, a friend of mine visited me and he was asking, "Hey boy, you still a trade?" Like, you see, he is doing things wrongly. You get it? If you are trading NZD during the New York session, what you have to expect is we are going to lose because there's no volume in those pair during the New York session. The Asian session is closed, and JPY and NZD all falls within the Asian session. What are you expecting? And the market is moved by volume. No matter your setup, I bet you, let's say at this time, if your setup has aligned during 8 o'clock by this time, go and take a trade, and you see the market will range till 11:30, 11 o'clock to what 2 a.m. before the market will start moving. That's when the Asian session is open. So if you don't understand the market sessions, you are going to lose. You get it? So know when the various currency pairs, or know when the various assets, the underlying asset, as in the euros, the JPYs, the NZD, know when it moves before what you select a pair. So anytime that you are going to select a currency pair, so let me show you how you'll be able to select a currency pair. So if you want to select a currency pair, so we are having the lending session. Let me see the Asian session. Asian. So I'm showing you how you'll be able to select pair. If you want to test a pair, how you will able to what to select the pair you want to choose. So lending session, and the New York and the New York Stock Exchange session. So during the Asian session, these are the pairs that falls within the Asian session. We have NZD, we have JPY, and NZD JPY. Then what's okay? Let's move to the lending session. We have CHF, we have P, we have Euro. Okay, and when you move to the New York session, you have USD. You have the USD. You have the CAD, the Canadian dollar. You get it? Yeah. So if you want to select a currency pair, you choose one section from here, you choose one for here. Okay. So maybe NZD CHF, NZD CHF. So NZD CHF, since Asian session, the NZD what moves during the lending session, CHF moves. So you can trade this pair during the Asian session because one of the underlying asset, that's the New Zealand dollar, is moving around the Asian session. So you can trade NZD CHF during those sessions because one will be having volume and the other will be slow. Okay. So the probability that there's going to be volume during the Asian session with this underlying asset, that's NZD-CHF, the probability that you are going to see volume during the Asian session is high. By the moment you start pairing NZD-JPY during the lending session, you are getting everything wrong. Okay, so the moment you select GBP CHF during the Asian session, you are getting things wrong. The moment you trade USD CAD during the Asian session, the market is going to consolidate and you are going to be in drawdown for long. You get it? You are going to be in drawdown for long before you start the markets moving during either during the London and the New York session overlap, before you start seeing what movement in the pair. So if you don't want to be in a drawdown, know the right pair you are trading. Okay, so me, for instance, I trade only GBP USD. Okay, during the lending session. The reason is what? During the lending session, GBP is open. Okay, GBP is open and USD is what? Is not open. So the probability that GBP is going to give me volume is very high. So anytime that you are trading a session, make sure there is a currency that is going, an economy or a market that is going to move during that session. I hope you get me. I hope you get me right. If you can hear me, if you can hear me, let me hear your voice. I hope I'm making sense. Am I making sense?
Yes, you are making sense. I'm listening.
Okay, so you have to know.
You are making sense.
Okay, so you have to know the pair that you are trading. So those that they want to have a plan, those that they are going to develop their or create a trading plan. When it is time, or when you are about to select a currency pair, take note and write these things down. When you are trading Asian session, don't compare pairs that are only going to move during the lending session and trade it during the Asian session. You are going to see consolidation. The market is going to range for long before you start seeing movement around the New York or the New York Stock Exchange session. Okay, so if you are going to trade lending, don't go and trade only NZD JPY during the lending session. You have to know that during the lending session, Asian session is closed. Okay, Asian session is closed, so there's no way this pair NZD JPY is going to move during the lending session. So you have to make sure you are selecting a currency that falls within that is going to move within that session you are selecting. Okay, so know when you are developing your trading plan, you have to know the pair you are going to trade. I'm not going to say trade only one pair. Okay, I'm not going to say trade only one pair. In trading, everything is about exploration. You have to explore things. Even if you're having a mentor, the mentor will tell you what to do. By certain things, experience, as I always say, experience can't be bought or sold. You have to experience it yourself. I can be sharing my experience with you, by you getting it fully will be difficult unless you have time for yourself to experience it yourself. So trading is a profession. Okay, it's like attending your normal degree, going for 4 years, and like your certificate, going for some number of years before you can get those degrees. It's the same as trading. Trading is a profession. Okay, it has taken me like 5 years. So if I'm talking like this, don't expect like you get it like within a month. You started trading just last 6 months and you are expecting to talk like me. You are expecting to explain things like me. I started 2018. So calculate 2018 to today. You get it? So I've been consistent since those times. Okay, so don't expect to get things easily. Don't expect don't expect things to fall easily like that. You have to have experience, have time to experience certain things yourself. Okay, you have to have time. So you have to know the pair that you are trading. So selecting a pair, understand this concept and add it up. Okay, understand this concept and add it up. So you've talked about the trading instruments. So you have to know the pairs that you are trading. You can trade many pairs, but everything boils down on you. The one that you are going. For me, I've traded many pairs, but later I realized GBP USD, the way it moves, the way the market, the volume comes into the way that instrument moves aligns with my character. I like the way it moves, because for me, I traded gold for more than a year, even though I was profitable. By the moment I started trading GBP USD, I realized it suits, or it aligns with how I want it to move. Okay, so everything is about testing. You have to test it yourself. Okay, you have to test it yourself. So trading times and section. I know most of you guys have been there before. I believe most of you guys don't even understand when volume comes into the market. So when you talk about volume, that's when you see, with that one too, we'll talk about it maybe as time goes on. In trading, forex market, the retail forex market, it's like we are trading we are trading exchange rate. Okay, we are trading exchange rate. There's no real value, there's no real as in real money involved. We are trading numbers, exchange rate. So if you believe the exchange rate will rise, you are betting on the exchange rate. But when you talk about those who trade the real currency, so I don't know whether you've asked yourself question that they said you are trading exchange rate, so you buy and sell. So which currency am I buying? I'm not receiving any currency. You get it? So we are not trading a rare volume. We are not trading a rare currency. We are trading exchange rate. Okay. So it's a contract between you and your broker. Okay. So it's like you've gone into an agreement with our brokers. So let's say the brokers will display the exchange rate. They will tell you they are going to display the exchange rate. If you bet that the exchange rate is going to rise, they are going to pay you. But if you get it wrong, you are going to pay them. That's the whole concept about the retail market. But those who trade the real currency, those who trade the real foreign, like those who trade, as in the ones that money is involved, are the big banks, are the spot market. When you talk about the spot market, those who trade the rare cash, okay, the exchange currency, the dollar to the yen and those things, those are the spot market. Those people are the ones those trade rare cash. But we, the retail traders, we are just in contract with the brokers, betting on the exchange rate, that the exchange rate will rise and fall. So if you can see some of the, if you can compare, if you can watch, most of the brokers are having different charts, because what, they receive different exchange rates. By the difference is not all that wide like that. So that's why you see some of the charts. If you can test it yourself, you can go and watch different broker, maybe Exness, IC Market. You can watch their some of the charts. You can see even some of their time frames. The candles are not the same. That's why I always recommend you choose only regulated broker. Regulated broker in the US. That's the one that you use their platform, analyze, and you only execute on your this thing. You only execute on your trading, your broker's platform. You execute the trades. So when it comes to analysis, use a regulated broker that is in the US. Okay, because in those places the restriction is very high, the restriction is very tight. Okay, unlike the other countries. Okay, unlike the other countries. So use a regulated broker. So forex.com, I think, is a broker in the US. It's a regulated broker in the US. Okay, so we are just betting on exchange rate. There's no real cash or currency involved. Okay, so we are betting on the exchange rate. So we have to, and our brokers are taking those exchange rates from those bankers. Okay, so assuming maybe, let me take Ghana, the banks in Ghana for instance. So assuming maybe EcoBank is transacting with GCB. Okay, so they will negotiate and come out with what? They will come out with their exchange rates. Okay, the amount of money, maybe if GCB is having dollar and EcoBank is having yen, they will come into a conclusion that, oh, maybe before I can give you $1, you have to bring in this amount of yen before you get it. So it's just a agreement between the two banks. Okay, so that's how the exchange rate comes about. So the brokers are going to bet, or going to take their exchange, they are going to take their exchange rate from those people. Okay, they are going to take it from those people and display it on their platform. That's how the retail forex, the retail market works. The retail forex market works. So you have to know when these people are doing their transaction. The big banks are doing their transaction because they move the exchange rate. Okay, they move the market. So know when they come into the market. That's why the time of the day is very important. So those who have traded for long those who have traded for long will understand. Anytime you trade, if you sometimes when you input trade during certain time of the day, you see the market will consolidate, and all of a sudden the market will start moving. Spike will come into the market. So if you have experienced how the high impact news happen, you see anytime there's an interest rate data, anytime the Fed will release the interest rates, or the the ECB, is it ECN or European Central Bank, ECB or something. The moment they will release their interest rate, you see there will be a spike. At that moment, the big people, the hedge funds, the big banks, those big organizations are taking transaction. That's why you see big moves in the market. Okay, those big investors are making transaction. That's why you see big moves. So you as a forex trader, the only thing you can do is to follow the path, follow the steps of those people before you can be profitable. But if you do things like you are oboro, you are going to do things yourself. So like this time, for instance, so let's watch the chart. Let's see what is happening now. Let's move to. So you can see at this moment the market is ranging. I hope you can see it. The market is ranging now, but when it's around 12 something, around 12 a.m., if you have time, just watch it yourself. You can see there will be a spike. Okay, so let's move today around 7 o'clock. See what happened. This is 7 o'clock, 6:30 to 7. You see, because lending session is open. So trade when there is volume in the market. Trade when there is volume in the market. And we have certain times of the, I think I'm giving out too much information. During the lending session, you have to know when volume comes into the market. So you have Asian session, you have lending session, and not all of the sessions you might not like all of the session. So you have to experience it yourself and see which session of the day will be favorable to you. Okay, you have to experience. So as I said, you have lending session, New York session, Asian session. So you have to know at what times do those volume comes into the New York session. So within the Asian session, around 11 o'clock to 12:30, 12 a.m. there. Please, with trading, you have to have time and experience. You have to have time for yourself. You have to have time and learn the craft. You can't cheat this craft. You can't be behind the scene and expect results in this craft. I bet you are not going to see results. You have to put in the work. Okay, you have to put in the work. So I'm giving you an assignment around today, around 11:30 to 12. Watch any current. Okay, you watch the New York NZD and JPY pairs. You see there will be a spike. The market will start. Or today is Friday. Yeah, so the market is closed. I forgot to know. Please, I'm not a government worker, so I don't know. Today is Friday, so market is closed. So tomorrow you can check it yourself. Okay, you can check it yourself. Around like, so you can check it yourself. So as time goes on, I'll be talking about the times of the day. So around with New York session around 12 and around 1:30, you see volume comes into the market. So lending around 6:30 to 7. So me, for instance, I wake up around 5:30 to prepare my day. Okay, so I'll start executing around 6 a.m. Anytime I see set up around 6 a.m., I'm going to take it because it falls within my trading session. That's what you call trading plan. I'm having a plan. Okay, I'm having a plan for my trading activities. So trading strategy, your trading system should spell out your how, when, and why to trade the financial market. So as I was saying, if someone meets you in the street and asks you, "Hello, senior, please, I've heard you are a forex trader. Can you spell out what and what you look before you execute a trade?" Will you be able to tell the person, or you are going to say, and like you are just going to like you are not going to get any proper thing to tell the person? That means you are a gambler. You are a gambler. If that thing happens to you, you are a gambler. Me, for instance, when you ask me, what do I look before I execute? Oh, maybe I'll draw my support and resistance from monthly to 1 hour or 30 minutes. I'll start looking for market structure. I'll draw my support. After drawing my support and resistance, I'll start looking for my market structure daily, H4, H1. Okay, after looking at my market structure, if I see maybe a break and retest, I have to check whether there's an entry. So I will show you something today. The GBP has moved massively and there was no entry for me. I didn't take it. I didn't rush it because the market blessed me. Was it a day before yesterday and yesterday? So I'm not going to rush the market, but a beginner is going to rush. So anytime the market moves heavily and you are not involved, the only thing you have to ask yourself is, how could I have entered this market? ask yourself this question: how could I have entered this market? Okay, ask yourself, with this movement, does it align with my trading system? That's when tweaking your trading style comes in. That's when the refining of your trading system comes in. So in the market, we never stop learning. We tweak, we refine our system day in and day out. You get it? We refine our system day in and day out. So even those professionals, those who are trading in big companies and those things, they will tell you we learn every day in trading. So for me, for instance, I love back testing. Like when I'm free, when I'm on my chat and I'm bored, the only thing I'll do is I'll backtest. Anytime I backtest to, like, things start making clear to me. But if you don't backtest, that's when the confidence is going to come. But if you don't backtest, you are going to always feel nervous when a trading setup appears. Your trading setup appears. Okay, so you have to know your how, your when, and why you enter a trade. If you don't know those things, that means you are gambling. So we are going to move to the methodology. What do you usually look after before you enter a trade and exit the plan? That's what you call a playbook. If you don't have a playbook, so I'm going to split out my playbook and you see it yourself. So what do you normally see before you enter a market? Okay, what do you usually see before you enter a market? Let me see. What do you usually see before you enter the market? So I'm going to show you what I usually look after, my playbook. I'm going to draw it, my playbook. So let's move to the chart. So these are the things that I usually look for. So let's say this is a support. Let me make the lines big. Okay. So let's say this is a horizontal line. So first of all, I'm going to show you what entails what is within my trade, my playbook. So let's say if the market breaks, if the candle breaks like this, okay, if the candle breaks like this, so I have a breakout entry and I have a break and retest entry. So these are the things that I usually look for. Are you here? If you are here, let me hear your voice.
Hello, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, that's fine. So these are the things, my line. Okay, I want to draw a candle.
Please, I hope
So
you
these
are
are the
recording this.
Yeah, I'm recording it.
Okay.
So these are the things that I usually look for. So let's say if the candle has broken like this, okay, so I'm drawing the wicks of the candle. So some people are thinking maybe those write-ups that I wrote on the WhatsApp, they were thinking maybe I copied it from someone. I don't know what I'm doing. So that's why I even organized this webinar. Okay. So when it breaks, when I see, so let's say maybe there was a bullish trend, okay? When I see a breakout and close like this, when the next candle breaks this week, I'm showing you my trading, so if the next candle open close, that means the next candle will start forming around this side. So this is one of my entry. So this is one of my entry setup. So the moment the candle breaks like this and close, what I'll be expecting is what? I have to make sure if the next candle is ranging within and the wick is not broken, I'm not going to take a trade. So unless I wait for this candle to break, the body of this candle to break this one, then I'll enter. So this point will be my entry. Where is it? So this point So this point will be my entry. Okay, this point will be my entry, and the same thing happens within this week. Let me show you. So let me show you where. Okay, was it I missed a trade? Wow. I'm not seeing the setup. Was it this one also? Yeah, it happened around the H1. Okay, so here is it. So you see, this is one of the breakout system that breakout setup that happens to the within the week. Okay, so the moment this candle broke this one, there was one of my what it meets my what entry criteria, because when I look left, there was no higher highs and high lows. There was what a free range for me to take a trade. Okay, there was a free range, so I was supposed to take it over here. The moment it breaks, I'm going to take a buy. Okay, so this is one of my entry criteria. So if you are not having all those things, if you are not having these things, if you are not having this playbook, if you don't have a playbook in trading, you are not going to see results. You have to have certain things that you look for before you enter a trade. And another one is break and retest. So let's say if the candle has broken like this, Charlie, I'm sweating over here. It's lights out. So if it broke like this, I'm expecting the next candle too. So this is a bullish candle. So open close. So you are expecting the next candle to start forming from where the candle closed. So it's closed from this side. Okay, so you see a bullish over here. So I'm expecting maybe it's a bearish candle. A bearish candle. A bearish red folder. Okay, so this is a bearish candle. So the moment I see something like this, I'll be waiting for the next candle to the next candle. So this will be the closing price. So the next candle will start forming from this side. Okay, so if the body close above the wick, okay, if the body close above the wick, so this point will be my hot entry. Okay, this point will be my entry. So I'll enter. So I'll enter around the side. You get it? So these are the basic things. So last week, the same thing happened around the H4 there. Last trade, I took 2 trades last week. The trade that happens, let me show you that in trading, it's not a gambling. So comparing the setup, so this was the support. Okay. This was the support. So this and this was the difference. Can someone tell me the difference? This screenshot, okay, you just have visualize this. Just watch this. You see bullish, bearish candle breakout. Let's move to where I drew my entry. So this point is supposed to be a bullish lesson. Yes, right. Okay. So what's the difference? Is it not the same? You get it? So like you have to visualize when you are walking around. You have to have your playbook being visualized. Like you just have to memorize your playbook. You have to memorize what you look for before you enter a trade. If you are not having these things off head, that means you are not trading. Let's say you have been gambling for long. It's okay. Now you have to start changing things. Okay, you have to start changing things. So even knowing these things, I have certain confluences that I look for before I'll enter. You get it? So you have to have a playbook. You have to have a playbook before you be successful in this game. Okay, so you've talked about the entry, and with your exit, if you don't have an exit plan, so me for instance, let's say if I've taken a trade, so you see last time I set up my take profit exactly. So let's move to the H4. I took the trade on H4, and this is a resistance. Okay, so I took profit around this side. So I'm not able to open the chart. I would have shown it over there. Okay, I would have shown it to you. So if you don't have an exit plan to, you are always going to be confused when you are in profit. Okay, so I took the trade on the H4, so supposed to take profit on the H4 time frame. Okay, because I always say to my students, support and resistance, market is always going to react on support and resistance. Okay, so now the price is high, because the price, those who took a buy over here, because now the price is high, they are what, they are expecting to be taking profit, so they will be taking profit around this. So sellers too are going to take over. Their sellers are going to come into the market and buy. So you either take most of your profit and allow small position to run in case it goes into your favor. Fine, you get it. So know when to take profit too is very important in your trading plan. So if you are implementing certain things in your trading plan, make sure you've implement when to enter a trade and when to exit from trade. So I hope these things will help you eliminate the gambling mindset and be having what, a professional mindset. Okay, a professional mindset. So so and again, so you've talked about the methodology. So the things that I showed it to you, this thing is my entry, and I have my entry criteria and my what, setup criteria. So with the setup criteria, I have what I look for. That's market structure. Okay, if it is in an uptrend, I buy. If it is in a downtrend, if structure change, I'm going to what? If the moment structure change, I'm going to take a sell, because now overall structure has changed. So this is my setup and this is my entry criteria. You get it? I developed my entry from the setup. You get it? So you have to understand this thing too. Okay, you have to understand this thing too. So know your setup and your entry criteria is very important. So you are moving to the last side, which is risk management. People are trading with no risk management. So as I always say, if you want to grow an account, unless maybe if you want to flip an account, if you want to grow an account, you have to have a risk management plan. So take note, unless if you want to flip. So flipping an account means, maybe if you want to today, you've made up your mind that you want to flip $100 to maybe $500. That one, you accept the risk that no matter, like, whatever happens in the market, if it's the odds are against you, you are going to lose your $100. That one does not risk management or money management apply. But if you want to, maybe you are having $1,000 account and you want to grow it within the month, you have to have a plan for it. Okay, a plan that you follow consistently till the month ends. So the month what ends. So you can't be saying, oh, maybe, so let's say if you want to start a month, maybe $1,000 every trade, I'm going to risk $50. Okay, so you divide it by the $1,000 divided by 50. No, so how many times of the day how many days within the week are you going, or within the month are you going to trade $1,000? So let's say maybe every day you are going to take one position. Okay, every day you are going to trade one position. So you divide $1,000 by 5. How many days within the week? The month, 30 days. Let's say 30. It's less than 30 days within the trading week. So maybe 20 days. Okay, so you divide $1,000 by 20. That will give you the amount of money you are going to risk per trade every day. So within the day, if you exceed those, if you get to that limit within the day, that means you are not going to trade again till the next day, because you've already exceeded, or you've already gotten to your limit for the day. You get it? You've already gotten to your limit for the day. So if you let's say you plan that every month you are going to risk $30, it should be consistent no matter your wins or your losses. Okay, you can leverage when you are in profit, but if you are losing, stay consistent with the plan, because it's already set on stone that within the month you are going to risk $50 per trade. If you lose continuously for 2 consecutive times, don't like fall back and say, I'm going to change my risk because I'm losing too much. So you are going to reduce your risk. the moment you reduce your risk, that's when the wins are going to come, and it's very hard to even recover your previous losses. So you have to have a plan. You get it? You have to have a plan, and you should be consistent. It's like going to the gym. You can't be going to the gym like today, like 2 days within a week, and like expecting to like to gain muscles. You have to be consistent on the gym. Okay, so the same thing that happens to those who go to gym is the same thing that the same thing applies to the trading this thing. Most people are not consistent at the gym. Okay, most people are not consistent, and they thought those who are muscular are using other things, and they are not telling them. And is it real? Are you sure you are not using anything? You get it? If you are consistent, you are going to see results. You are consistent, you are going to see results. The same as trading. If you are consistent, those people who are flashing other big things, that's why I would say don't have that money mindset. Follow the process, earn before you learn, learn before you earn. You get it? Follow the process. So if you have $30 to be risked within, or $50 to be risked within the month, should be consistent. No matter if you lose 3 times within a row, continue applying the same like position size or the same money. Apply the same money within the month, so the month end before you change or you tweak your style or your money management plan. You get it? So don't be back and forth. Today you use $10. I know it has been happening to people. Some people, that's why you are not being able to grow the account. Today you use $10, you are raising $10. Tomorrow you have increased your size to 20. The moment you lose, you come back. Like, you are not consistent with your risk management plan. So you should be consistent with your risk management plan. That's when profitability is going to come to your way. You get it? That's when profitability is going to come to your way. So rules and strategies for risk management are rules and strategy for managing your risk. So include your position sizing. So maybe if you are risking $30, so $30, and maybe the stop loss is supposed to be 10 pips. Okay, so with the 10 pips, how many lot size are you going to use to be able to get the $30? Okay, so if you know how to calculate pips, as I taught you in the WhatsApp write-ups, if you calculate, so maybe, unless maybe I use my calculator. So maybe, I don't know, if you are using, let's say if you are using mini lots, so maybe 0 mini lots, a pip loss is $1. Okay, so maybe if you are using 0.5, maybe 5 0.5 0.1, so $1, 0.5. So I think you'll be able to use micro lots. So I don't want to waste my time. So if you use micro lots, so maybe a pip is what? 0.1 cents. If you use mini lot, a pip is $1. Okay. If you are using standard lot, so you multiplied your number of pips by the dollar value times the number of pips you are risking. You get it? That will give you the position size. So you don't have to exceed your limit. You don't have to exceed the number of you don't have to exceed your monitoring value or your money, your risks you are risking within the day. So $30, calculating everything, it should fall within $30. You get it? So if the trade starts getting if the trade is moving against you, you are still within your risk parameter within the day. Okay, so you have to know how to calculate your stop loss orders too and your take profit. You get it? So and one thing to that I will tell you, you don't have to have a trade as your plan, as your profit target. So the market will give you the profit target and your stop loss. So I know some mentors or some people out there are saying I risk only 10 pips no matter what. Nah, the market is going to tell you the amount of pips you have to risk. So if you follow me, you can see my loss size are not consistent and my position sizes are not consistent because of what? The pips. Some of the trades will give you like 10 pips. Some too will give you like 40 pips. If you prefer to trade that trade, if you prefer to take that trade, it's okay. Then you have to calculate your position size to fall within your risk parameter. You get it? So it shouldn't be fixed. Your stop loss shouldn't be fixed. Your take profit shouldn't be fixed. So this trade, for instance, I took it based on the 4 hour. You get it? So I took it based on the 4 hour. So this will be my stop loss. This will be my stop loss. Here I set my stop loss. My stop loss was 10 pips. This is my take profit. My take profit is 16 pips. You get it? That's how it's supposed to be. So your take profit and your stop loss is going to be determined by the market structure. the structure of the market for the day. Okay, the structure of the day. So I think I've shared much value and this thing. So the last thing that I would say is if you fail to plan, then you have already planned to fail. A trading plan is like your GPS. It shows you your current destination and where you want to get to. Okay, so it shows you where you want to get to. So if you have a trading plan, for me, for instance, let me take myself for instance. Any trade that I've taken, if I go into my journal or if I go into my history, my trading history, I know the reason why I lost that trade because I didn't follow my trading plan. I can point out clearly. So anytime too that I take a trade that is not within my trading plan, maybe I feel emotional. Like maybe I'm not getting trade within the week and I want to get a trade. Yeah, it happens. As I'm saying this thing, I'm not saying like sometimes I don't feel emotional or I don't get trapped into maybe not obeying my trading rules and other stuff. Sometimes I get into the trap of like not obeying sometimes I disobey my trading rules and other stuff. So anytime I disobey my trading rules and I enter into a position, you see, I'll be nervous. You get it? I know I'm doing things wrong, but I'm moving into the aggressive way. You get it? So you have to follow your trading plan. Anytime you don't follow your trading plan, you get nervous. So someone will ask me, so all these plenty things, how as a beginner, now that you are starting up, how can you be able to have a plan? How can you draw your plan? So the only best thing you can draw a plan to have a mentor. Follow someone who has done it already. So after getting the knowledge from the person, after getting the experience, then now you can tweak things to align in the way that you want. You get it? As a beginner, it's very hard because if you are trying to do things yourself, it will take you long because having a strategy itself is not easy. It will come with losing a lot of trade. You get it? Because this trading plan comes as a result of having a perfect trading plan comes as a result of what? Having a losing trade or having a losing trades at the past. My perfect system that I'm saying is the perfect is because what I've lost a lot. So the lot of trades that I lost are the ones that I won. I've been winning consistently are the ones that I'm using as my trading plan. You get it? So if you want to have a trading plan, if you don't want to pay for a mentorship or if you want to do things yourself, you can be losing, and as you are losing, you start refining it. Maybe you will not be doing the things that when you do, you lose. You start doing the things that when you win, you do. You get it? That's when you can develop your trading plan. But the best way to go by this is what? Have a trading mentor, someone who can be coaching you day in and day out. Every day, the person can be coaching you what to do, what not to do. You get it? So let me show you one thing. So today, the market was, even though I plan of not trading today because I'm okay in trading, less is more. Okay, I took 2 trades again within the week. Even if you are being consistent, maybe within the week, every week you take 1 trade and you are profitable. It's okay to be like it's okay to make a lot of money. So assume maybe even if every trade you are getting like 1.5%, 1.5 within a week, like maybe 4 weeks, 1 times 4 will give you like 4. So 0.5 will give you like you'll be up like 6%. And like showing these results to an institution, though the being consistent on the 6% every month, you can pass every pro firm. You can trade for like anyone. You get it? So you don't have to rush. You just have to take the correct trades. Just have to take correct trades. So let me show you something. So this week, so as I was saying, this is how I normally analyze the market. So monthly there wasn't anything. So I drew my resistance over here. Let me change the lights. So I drew my resistance over here. There was another resistance over here. So I moved to the daily. The daily there was there was a resistance. Okay, that was the daily time frame. So I changed the color to. Wow, I'm feeling the heat. You get it. So now I know market structure is what a downtrend because market structure break, rate test, continuation. You get it. So I know it's a downtrend. So let's move to H4. So there was, even though looking left, there was no high, so there was a resistance, a support over here. So you see, I'm doing it fast, like I'm not thinking twice because I have the experience. Okay, within a minute, I can just mark up my trading, what I'll be looking for the day. So you see, there was no this thing, there was a small support over here. So the advice I will give it to you is don't trade on support and resistance. If you trade on support and resistance, you always be in a range. So you can see there was a clean range over here. There was a clean range over here. You get it? But the thing that avoided me to take this trade is what? You see, there was a strong support at the daily and H4. So let's say, even though you see with the entry criteria that I drew, this one fall within those criteria. So it's a nice entry criteria, but there was no what entry. The reason is what? There was a strong what? There was a strong support over here. So the probability is that even though you were in a high volume time, someone would take an aggressive trade the moment the market breaks this one. So what if it's reverse? So this is a strong support. So what I will urge you is let this one go, even though there was a range over here. So one thing you have to notice, not every trade that you can catch. You can't catch every move within the market. Some of the moves will give you the opportunity. That's when you're following your rules. Okay, that's when you are following your rules. So it's like even the religious distance, if you are a true believer, sometimes certain things you are not, certain places you are not supposed to go, certain food you are not supposed to go eat, and those things, like you have to have that, like that strict mindset of following those rules. If you are not disciplined to follow those rules, you are not going to what, you are not going to be part, or to be called a good, I don't know how to even put it. You get it? So you have to have a strict this, you have to be disciplined to follow your rule. So even though everything aligns, so supporting, if this candle close within this range, I would have put in my stop loss here and taking the trade over here. You get it? But since the market refused to have a break, okay, I'm not an aggressor. I don't want to be in a trade where it will be ranging, because looking at this one, it's a strong support. Okay, it's a strong support. I don't want to be in those, even though you were in a volume time. You get it? So you see the candle came, retested, and bounced back. So everything was aligned, but just that it didn't break beneath this one. Supposing it break and close, I would have taken this perfect entry. And like one thing, see, from my experience in the market, one thing I've noticed is no matter the system you are trading within the month, it will form perfectly. Okay, everything is repeat, like it's a pattern that repeat itself every day. Okay, it's like human activities, everything repeats itself every day. So I'm talking too much. So you end the webinar over here. So as I said, if you fail to plan, then you have already planned to fail. A trading plan is like your GPS. It shows you your current destination and where you want to go. So the reason why you are losing your trade, the reason why you are frustrated in trading, you are saying, Charlie, Chairman, this thing, you sure say it work, then those things, it's because you don't have plan. You get it? Chairman, you don't have plan. You have to have a plan. You have a system. Okay. The way I've offered, like I've drawn what I always expect and those things, that is what you are supposed to do. You have to have a plan like that. Okay, so here is where I'll end my presentation at this point. Thank you all. If you have a question, you can bring it on board.
Okay, I have questions, but I may have to approach in your doing.
Okay, any question again? If you have a question, you can raise up your hand and I'll unmute you. Any question?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I'm
Hello.
listening. Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Actually, I am a totally newbie. I
Okay.
really don't even understand most of the things you are saying. So yes, perhaps I would like to maybe get in touch so that maybe we can be doing one-on-one or possibly maybe if we could have a plan so that I can start from scratch.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm always available. So if you are, and one thing too is people think like with this thing, this thing is very complex. It's very simple, but it's complex. You have to have someone who can guide you. I bet you. If you try to do it yourself, like it will not end you up. Like it will not end you. Let me put it that way. It will not end you up well. So you have to have a mentor, someone who will coach you. You get it? You have to have someone who will coach you. So I'm always available. So from what you said, any question again? Any question?
Okay.
So if there's no question, you are going to end it here. Any question? Okay, so those let me chip in this thing. If you want to join my private group too, you can DM me. Okay, so this is how it works with the private group. I don't want people who are having the money mindset. I will always say it is better for you to learn how to trade. Okay, so what is nice than you waking up early morning, opening your laptop, like knowing where your money is going to, where you are putting your money to, other than following someone who is giving you signals without even understanding what stop loss is. The person will tell you risk 10 pips and you don't know what to do. It's not a best idea. Me, for instance, when I started, I was following people who were giving trade ideas, but I was never taking none of them. I wanted to do the thing myself to feel like I'm the one who did it. I don't know if some people are having this thing. Since I started, for me, that's how my life. I don't like depending on other people. That's how am I. Okay, so the beauty is like you waking up early morning, being able to analyze the market, being able to explain the market to your friend, teaching your friend. This is a generational craft. You can teach it to your kids, because unless you stop spending fiat money, and when you stop spending fiat money, the digital money is the cryptocurrency money, and with the cryptocurrency, the same bulls and bears, that the same thing happens. So no matter what, you are going to trade currency. You are going to trade, even if it moves to digital, you are still going to trade digital. Okay, so for me, for instance, when I move to crypto now, I will never find any difficulty, unless maybe one or two things. I will never find it difficult because I'm already in the financial market and I understand how it works. Okay, I understand the bulls, when to buy, when to sell. The same thing. So unless you stop spending fiat money before currency will stop, and it is not today. I'm not sure it will be in our generation before fiat money will be eliminated from the system. Okay, it will take some like centuries before fiat money will be eliminated from the system. Okay, because it is easy to carry along and it's easy to move it along and other stuffs. But if in the future digital money comes, you are still going to trade because you are going to pair it with other economies. Okay, other economies are going to trade it. Their central banks are going to have their own digital currencies, or unless maybe we start spending this, like all these things I'm saying, it will take time before you will not be available before these things will happen. So it is better for you to learn the craft other than taking signal. Don't have the money mindset now. That's what I'm teaching my people. I'm teaching them to learn how to trade themselves. You get it? I'm teaching them to learn how to trade themselves. So it is better for you to learn how to trade yourself other than depending on other signal provider for your this thing. And one advantage or one beauty about this thing is when you learn how to trade yourself, you can be making money from, as I'm teaching you. If you pay for my mentorship, I'm taking money from you. It's not a scam because I'm giving you value in returns. That's how what the meaning of money is. What is a medium for exchange of value. Okay, if you give me money, I'm also going to give you value. So always prioritize. I always tell people, always prioritize knowledge over money. If you prioritize money, if you prioritize knowledge, money will come automatically. So if you pay me, don't say like this boy is going to chop my money. I'm going to give you value, and the value I'm going to give you in return is even worth more than the money you are going to give me. With the money, just 2 days, I'll just spend it and still have to give you the value. You get it? So it is better for you to get the value. When you get the value, you can impact it to your next generation. So don't be chasing the money. The reason why most of the youth are still struggling in life is because the money is leading them other than the knowledge. Okay, you have to always cherish knowledge over money. People, you can get close to the high people in the society when you have something to offer them. But if you don't have anything to offer them, there's no way you can get into their circle. So always prioritize money, prioritize knowledge over money. Okay. Any question again?
I think Precious was wanting to ask a question, but you didn't give me him
Okay.
the chance to speak.
Okay, so Precious, you can talk. Okay, so someone else raise up his hand. Yeah, so Samuel Sapon. Yeah, you want to talk, Samuel Sapon.
And Mr. Peter too.
Yeah. Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the time section, the New York section, the Asian section, and then the London section. Most of the time, I get confused when it comes to that times. So I want you to maybe clarify it a little bit for me. Hello.
So there are times that you see big candles. So when you talk about volume, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you now.
Yeah, so I'm saying
Yes, please, I can hear you.
the volume times are the times that you usually see big candles. The markets move fast and other stuff. You get it? So usually that's when the big banks are taking transaction. Those who put in big money in those who move the exchange rate. That's when they are transacting. Okay. So Asian session usually start around. We have pre-Asian before the Asian session will start. So that's when those who transact during the Asian times take their transactions, like the big banks, the hedge funds, the big organizations, the countries, like transacting in yen and there's in New Zealand and other stuffs are taking transactions. So they usually start around this thing. They usually start around 11 p.m. to 12 to 2. That's when you see. So you can be witnessing it yourself. So that's the time that Asian session usually move. And when it comes to the lending session, it usually starts around 6 o'clock to 9. Then you have lending this thing overlaps. So the New York session too will take place when the New York session take place. The New York session usually moves around 12. Okay, it moves 12, and the New York stock starts 1:30. You get it? So you can DM me and I'll give you this thing material on that. Okay.
12.
I said you can DM me and I'll give you a material on that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And someone to has raised up his hand. On Henny Jan. You can.
Okay, so I can DM him personally, right?
Yeah. So on Henny Jan, you can talk.
Okay. Thank you.
On Jan, you raise up your hand. So if you not talk, let me call Peter. So Peter, you can talk. Hello, Peter. Hello, Peter. Okay, IB can
talk.
talk.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yes. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, I enjoyed your presentation so much, and then especially the area that excited me most was the various sessions that you took us through, the London session, the New York session, and those things. But my network was worrying me. I don't know whether you touched on the volumes of trades in a day. Like, is it possible to determine the depth of the market maybe in a day? Like how
so
the market.
we have for instance, I don't bother myself to look. I don't look to those things. But I said I don't bother myself to look onto the other flows and other stuff. But we have people who look to those things.
Okay.
You get it. So as I said, we have many ways to trade the market. We are having people who look to the other flows of the market, how many orders are coming in and other stuff. So that's why usually we used to draw the candles. So candles are other flows. Candles are orders within the session or within the minute. So those times that there was no computer, that's how it was usually done. So maybe every minute, those who are trading will go in for the orders and they will use it to point out, like maybe every minute this order came in and other stuff. But usually I don't look into those things. So but on the internet you have people who look to those things, so you can be
Okay.
researching about those things. But usually I don't look to the other flows. I just watch candles, the formation, the close and
Okay.
opening. That's what I usually watch. Okay.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. Any question again? So you can
That,
like you DM me, maybe I'll give you a channel on people who usually look after those things. Then you start looking to their YouTube channel, and if you are interested in those topics, I think I have some people. I was watching some people who usually look to those things, the order flow.
okay.
So you DM me, and I'll give you channels on those people.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll send you the channels of those people who have been doing that, checking the other flows, and if you are interested in those things.
Okay.
Okay. So any question again?
That's all for now.
Okay. So so reason, if you have a question, you can talk. So I think IB also, IB, you raise up your hand. So Iru, you can talk. So any of you can talk.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good evening. This is
Good evening.
Aru.
Okay.
My name is actually Salia. Thank you very much for the work you are doing for some of us beginners. But I wanted to find out, and I have a lot of questions to ask, right? But I think the time will not permit me. So I wanted to find out how much is the mentorship. I think the
So
last
you
time we had
DM
a
me.
discussion.
You DM me. You talk about that.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sure.
Any question again? Eric Ashes. Eric Ashes, you can talk. Eric Ashes, you can talk.
Actually, I was late, so but I don't have any question much. But it's about me having a personal mentorship. So if I could get you that, how much would that cost me?
So you DM me.
Pardon me.
I said DM me, like message me privately, like come to my DM
Okay,
and I'll answer.
okay, thank you.
Okay, so if there was no question, let's end it here because I'm feeling the heat over here.
All right.
Any questions so
Sorry
far?
for you.
Any questions so far?
Oh, actually, that is what you have for now.
Okay, so good night to you.
Thank you very much for your time.